the season is over, what is next for the Big Yeti?
My body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. I think I would do it in a heartbeat. So I think right now it's just finding that answer and seeing how the body feels after this game and kind of when it all settles down.
I'm confused. So you're not already coming back? Chris Jones has said that you're coming back. I thought this was already
nice. That's why we love Chris. He's very optimistic.
Travis Kelce just announced he is coming back for a 14th season in the NFL. He went on national television. He said it clearly, no hesitation. And when the reporter asked him why, he did not talk about his body. He did not talk about money. He did not talk about records. He said one name. And that name never said a single word publicly about any of this. Not one interview, not one Instagram story, not one comment. Why? That is exactly what we are about to find out. Because the real story is not Travis coming back. The real story is the woman who made it possible and chose to let him have it completely on his own. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why Taylor Swift's silence was not absence. It was armor, it was strategy, and it was the most profound act of love in any relationship we have seen in years. Stay with me, because this goes much deeper than anyone is reporting. January 2026, the Kansas City Chiefs finished their season 6-11, their worst record in years. Travis Kelce looks defeated in every single post-game photo. The man who was untouchable, the man who redefined what a tight end could be, looking lost. Retirement rumors are not just rumors anymore. Every sports journalist, every analyst, every podcast writing the same headline: Kelce is done, and the entire world turns to one person, the most famous woman on the planet, his fiance, Taylor Swift. What does she think? Will he retire? Does she want him to stay? Is she pushing him out? Is she keeping him in? Every media outlet, every tabloid, every fan account waiting for one word from her, and she gave them nothing. Zero interviews, zero statements, zero Instagram posts about his career, zero stories, zero hints. While the entire world was screaming for her response, she chose silence, and that silence was not an accident. That silence was the plan. The last time Taylor publicly spoke about supporting Travis was December 2023. Time Magazine Person of the Year interview, she said, "We are just proud of each other." That was it. One sentence in over 2 years. One sentence. And since that moment, she has never once commented on his stats, his performance, his injuries, his future, his retirement. Not once. Think about what that means. We are talking about a woman who sold out stadiums on 6 continents, a woman whose every word becomes a headline within minutes, a woman who cannot walk out of a coffee shop without it becoming global news, and she chose to say nothing. Most celebrities could not do this. The pressure to respond, to weigh in, to be seen supporting your partner publicly, it is overwhelming for someone at her level. People would say she does not care. People would say she is cold. People would say the relationship is in trouble. She knew all of that, and she stayed silent anyway because she understood something that almost nobody understands at her level of fame. Her words were too powerful, and powerful words in the wrong moment destroy the thing you are trying to protect. Here's what the insiders are saying, and what the media is absolutely not telling you, according to a March 2026 Daily Mail report. After the Chiefs' brutal season ended, Kelce was in a very dark place mentally, feeling like the game had passed him by, feeling like everything he had built was slipping away. People close to the couple describe him as defeated in a way they had never seen before, and Taylor saw all of it. Every single day, behind closed doors, away from cameras, away from headlines, she saw the real Travis, the one the public never sees, and she made a decision that nobody expected. She stopped all wedding planning completely, indefinitely. She called her team, her wedding planner, her stylist, everyone involved, and she said 2 words: not now. Not because the relationship was struggling, not because she had doubts, but because she knew with absolute certainty that adding the weight of wedding planning on top of the weight of a failed season would break him. She understood that he needed one thing, just one thing: to feel like a football player again. Not a celebrity, not a fiance, a football player. And she removed every single distraction that had her name on it. That is not just love. That is wisdom. That is a level of emotional intelligence that takes most people a lifetime to develop, and she acted on it instantly. But here's what nobody is talking about. Here's here's the part that changes everything. Taylor Swift's silence was not passive. It was not her stepping back. It was not weakness. It was the most powerful and deliberate PR strategy in the history of celebrity relationships. Think about the math of her fame for one moment. If Taylor Swift had said one sentence, just one, about Travis and his retirement decision, that sentence would have become the story everywhere, instantly, every headline, every segment, every conversation. Not about his 14 seasons, not about his records, not about what he built in Kansas City, about what Taylor said. Her sentence would have eaten his legacy alive without her even meaning it to. By saying nothing, she starved that possibility completely. She made sure that when Travis Kelce's retirement story is written, when the documentaries come, when the Hall of Fame speech happens, Taylor Swift's opinion is not the first paragraph. His decision is, his 14 seasons are. His legacy is entirely and completely his own. She gave him something that nobody with her level of fame can easily give. She gave him his own story. And then Travis confirmed it himself on March 10th on the Pat McAfee show. He was asked about his decision to come back, what made him choose another season. He did not talk about championships. He did not talk about records. He talked about watching Taylor. He said, watching Taylor keep going to the table, keep finding new things, keep pushing herself. That is what made him decide he is not done. Let that sit for a moment. The most decorated tight end of his generation, deciding to play another season of professional football. Not because of a coach, not because of a contract, not because of a championship window, because he watched his fiancée refuse to stop creating. She never told him to stay. She never told him to go. She never gave him a speech. She never sat him down with advice. She just worked every single day. She went to the table. She found new things. She pushed herself forward and he watched her. And something in him woke back up. That is the most beautiful thing about this relationship. And I think it is the reason so many of us are so invested in them. This is not a relationship where one person carries the other. This is not a relationship built on dependence or pressure. This is two extraordinary people inspiring each other through action, not words. She did not tell him he could do it. She showed him what doing it looks like, and he chose to do it. Here's what I actually believe, and I want to be honest with you here. Taylor Swift is one of the most emotionally intelligent public figures we have ever seen. Not because of her music, not because of her tours, because of moments like this. She understands something that most people at the top never learn. The more powerful your voice becomes, the more careful you must be about when you use it. Lesser versions of her would have posted something, would have given one quote, would have shown up at a press conference holding his hand and smiling for the cameras to show the world they were solid, to protect themselves from the rumors. She did the opposite. She disappeared from his career narrative completely on purpose, strategically, lovingly. She weaponized her silence to protect the man she loves. And while she was silent publicly, she was anything but silent privately. She was there every day, working, creating, being the kind of partner who does not need to announce what she is doing because what she is doing speaks for itself. The wedding pause was not weakness. It was the clearest possible signal of how much she loves him. She chose his peace over her timeline. She chose his legacy over her announcement. She chose him over the version of the story the world wanted her to tell. And the result, Travis Kelce is coming back for season 14. He is not retiring. He's not defeated. He sounds like a man who remembered exactly who he is. And the woman who made that possible never said a single word about it publicly. That is love, real love, the kind that does not need an audience. The real question now is not whether Travis plays another season. That is confirmed. The question is what happens next for Taylor. She paused everything for him. Her wedding planning, her public support, her timeline, and now his future is settled. So does she restart it? Does the wedding planning begin again quietly? Does June 13th become the date everyone has been watching? Because June 13th is in 93 days. That date has never been officially confirmed, but it has never been officially denied either. And people very close to the couple are not talking, which, as we now know, means everything. In my next video, I'm going to break down exactly what the wedding silence means, the location they have been connected to, and why when it finally happens, it is going to shock everyone who thought they had figured it out. Make sure you are subscribed right now because that video is coming this week. And if you have someone in your life who loves this relationship as much as you do, send them this video because they need to see this.